Assalamu alaikum. In the present session, we will be discussing a topic from class 8th mathematics, that is algebraic expressions and identities. But we will not move directly to this topic. We will understand some basic concepts here. Let's first of all understand what is algebra. Algebra, you know, it is the branch of mathematics. It is a separate branch of mathematics that involves letters for numbers. That I will repeat this. It is the branch of mathematics that involves letters for numbers. The letters here used are called as variables. The letters are called as variables. So algebra is that branch in which we use these letters. The letters, as you know, A, B, C, etc. up to X, Y, Z. Let's have an example. If we are given a statement that if cost of 5 pence is equal to rupees 50, what will be the cost of 1 pen? Or there may be another example you can write. Now let's solve this example. If we have to write this statement algebraically, so what will we write here? We will first of all write, let's suppose that cost of 1 pen is equal to rupees X. Because we do not know what is the cost of 1 pen. We are given a statement in which it is there cost of 5 pence is equal to rupees 50. So what will be the cost of 1 pen? So if we do not know what is the cost of 1 pen, let us suppose, using this algebra, let us suppose that cost of 1 pen is equal to rupees X. So according to this given statement, what will be the cost of 5 pence? If cost of 1 pen is equal to X, cost of 2 pence will be 2X, 3 pence will be 3X, and ultimately cost of 5 pence will be 5X. Cost of 5 pence will be equal to 5X. So it is given that cost of 5 pence, that is equal to 5X. This whole cost is equal to rupees 50. This is already given. So what will be the cost of 1 pen? X is equal to 50. This will be transposed and it will be divided here 5. So X is equal to 10. That is algebraically we can find here the cost of 1 pen. So in this algebra, these letters, the letters we used here, these are called as variables. And you must know what's a variable. A variable is that quantity whose value always changes. Here, the variables, the letters used are called as variables. And what's a variable? It's the important thing to learn here. A variable is a quantity whose value does not remain fixed, whose value changes. जो वेरिएबल का वैल्यू होता है वो ऑलवेज चेंज होता है और इसका वैल्यू फिक्स नहीं होता है. एंड द नंबर्स हियर यूज्ड इन अलजेब्रा, these are called as constants. So constant is a number having fixed value. Constant is always having a fixed value. So in algebra, I will repeat this once again. Algebra is a branch of mathematics which involves letters, or we can say which involves variables for numbers. So what these variables represent? These variables here represent the information which we do not know. or these values, these variables represent here unknown numbers or hidden information. After solving, we can find if we can find the value of that variable. So at last, in each and every question, we find the value of that variable, and ultimately we get the same information which remains hidden in the question. So this is basics about this algebra. So now you have to learn here what is an algebraic expression. What is an algebraic expression? So algebraic expression is a combination of these constants, variables, including fundamental operations, or including any of the fundamental operation. So when we combine these, when we make a combination of these variables, constants by these fundamental or arithmetic operators, so that combination is known as algebraic expression. So I may write here combination of variables, constants, including any of the fundamental operations, or arithmetic operators. As you know, there are always 4 arithmetic operators. Those are multiplication, addition, subtraction, and division. So any combination involving these constants and variables and any of the fundamental operation, either this multiplication, addition, this subtraction, or division, or all of them, so that combination is known as an algebraic expression. For example, 2x plus 4, 4 into y, 3 into x, 4 divided by x. This is an algebraic expression. 4 divided by x plus 3y. So these are the examples of algebraic expressions. Now you have to learn one thing here. Your topic is algebraic expression and identities. For identity, you must learn what is an equation. Before identities, you must learn what is an equation. So an equation, as you all know, it's an expression including the sign of equality. जब भी हम किसी भी expression में equality का sign डालते हैं, suppose 2x plus 4, this is an expression. If we will equate this statement to any other statement, suppose 0 or anything else, this equality जो हमने यहाँ पे introduce की इस expression में, तो ये बनता है equation हमारी बनती है. So this is called an equation. An equation, it's an algebraic expression including the sign of equality. Or another definition is there. In an equation, two mathematical statements are equated to each other. So this is an equation. Now, what's an identity? You may write, you can note it also. First, understand what's an equation. Some equations, I'm now telling the definition of this identity. So what's an identity? For identity, you must know what's an equation. Equation is an algebraic expression including the sign of equality. Now identity, some equations are true for all values. The equations you can write now. The equations which are true. The equations which are true for all values, which are true for all values is called an identity, or called identities. So what's an identity? An identity is that equation which is true for all values of the variable, which is true for all values of the variable. ऐसी इक्वेशन को हम आइडेंटिटी कहते हैं जिसमें हम वेरिएबल का कोई भी वैल्यू रखेंगे तो वो इक्वेशन होल्ड होती है, हर वैल्यू पे होल्ड हो, सेटिस्फाई होती है, उस इक्वेशन को हम आइडेंटिटी कहते हैं. सो नोट करके आप एक चीज याद रखोगे, ऑल इक्वेशंस आर नॉट आइडेंटिटीज. हर कोई इक्वेशन आइडेंटिटी नहीं होती है, लेकिन द कन्वर्स इज ऑलवेज ट्रू. एवरी आइडेंटिटी इज एन इक्वेशन. हर एक आइडेंटिटी इक्वेशन होती है, लेकिन हर एक इक्वेशन आइडेंटिटी नहीं होती. फिर से समझो, इजी है, यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड इट बाय योरसेल्फ. Algebraic expression, then equation and identity. Equation, that any expression including the sign of equality, and identity is that equation. These are the special equations, those equations which are true for all values, which are true for all values. Suppose I will give an example. What's the difference between an equation and identity? Suppose this is your equation 2x plus 4 is equal to 0. इक्वेशन की डेफिनेशन ये है कि ये दो मैथमेटिकल स्टेटमेंट्स को इक्वेट करता है एंड यू कैन फाइंड द वैल्यू ऑफ दिस अननोन वेरिएबल. सो 2x is equal to -4, x is equal to -4 divided by 2. By finding the value of this you will get x is equal to -2. ट्रांसपोजिशन मेथड है, 4 को ट्रांसपोज किया -4 बनेगा. x का वैल्यू निकालने के लिए 2 को ट्रांसपोज करना था, राइट हैंड साइड यहाँ पे मल्टीप्लाई था तो डिवाइड हो जाएगा. 2 1s are 2 2s are, तो x आया आपका -2. सो दिस वैल्यू दैट इज x is equal to -2, अगर हम पुट करेंगे इस इक्वेशन में, दिस इक्वेशन विल बी सेटिस्फाइड. सो लेट अस चेक दिस. 2 into -2 plus 4 is equal to 0. 2 2s are 4, or minus into plus is minus, plus 4 is equal to 0. So 0 is equal to 0. So this equation gets satisfied. And we can now say that this equation 2x plus 4 is true for only one value of x, that is x is equal to -2. अगर हम x का कोई और वैल्यू देंगे यहाँ पे, सपोज x का कोई और 1 देंगे, so 2 into 1 plus 4 is equal to 0. 2 1s are 2 plus 4 is equal to 0. 6 is never equal to, it's not equal to 0. This statement is not true. So this equation is not an identity. This equation is not an identity because this equation is not true for all values of x or all values of this variable. So identity is that equation which is true for all values of x. That is identity. Now here you must learn some terms. First of all, you should know here what's a term. In mathematics, what's a term? Term, इसको अगर हम define करेंगे तो definition इसकी आप लिख भी सकते हो. Is the several parts of expression, separated by plus or minus sign. Several parts of expression or equation separated by plus or minus sign. For example, this expression 2x plus 4, अगर हमें यहाँ पे बताना होगा कि इसमें कितनी terms हैं, so here 2x is one term and this 4 is another term. 2x is one term and this 4 is another term. These two are separated by plus, so this is one term, this is second term. And another example, if you have an algebraic expression given, that is 4y, what's the number of terms here? So there is only a single term. How? 4y These 4 and y are combined together by fundamental operation, that is multiplication. So this is 4 into y. But the term की definition क्या है? Several parts of an expression separated by plus or minus sign. यहाँ पे ना तो plus sign है ना minus sign है. So this is a single term. This is a single term. यहाँ पे सिर्फ एक ही term है, तो इसको हम कहते हैं single term expression. Single term expression. Now on the basis of terms, you can classify these expressions. So an expression consisting of only one term, an expression consisting of only one term, is called a monomial. So that expression is called a monomial, which is having a single term there. Example: x, 6y, 4z. These are monomials. And an expression consisting of two terms, or the expression having two terms, is called a, खुद भी लिख सकते हो, is called binomial. उसको हम क्या कहते हैं? Binomial. And in the same way, an expression consisting of three terms is called as trinomial. So in the next lecture, we will be discussing the exercise of this algebraic expression and identities. Thank you.